Yeah, KR91. We're back again, and today we have a special guest, Mr. Lyndon Lewis, who is a man with, a multitude of titles. I can't even begin to, to really state all of them. I think we'll be here all night. Ranging from police inspector to legal advisor, very prominent man in politics, very prominent man in law, based in beautiful island of St. Martin. Very pleased to have him here this evening to kind of pick his brain and try to figure out what kind of monster is in that, in that brain. He's also known as a superhuman. He's also known as a superhuman, for his many accomplishments, and I'm very pleased to have him here tonight, on the show as part of the KR91 media family. And, we're just going to have a little chat with him and, see what this, the superhuman thing is all about, where it's derived from. So first off, Mr. Lyndon, I would like to, thank you for being a part of this podcast.
For inviting me.
It's a pleasure. We want to start going, usually start from the start in terms of the roots of the person. We want to know where the form that you see in front of you, we want to know where it's derived from.
Okay.
And also, we go straight to the soil first.
Okay.
So where are you from originally?
Okay, so I'll just formally introduce myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Lyndon Lewis, Jr., from St. Martin, from the island of St. Martin. For those who doesn't know where St. Martin is, it's in the Caribbean. It's also, it has two different governments, the Dutch and French. So we're separated by two but open borders.
Mm-hmm.
I was originally, I started in the government nearly 16 years ago as an immigration officer.
Well, before we get into that,
okay.
Speaking of St. Martin, I just always want to mention that St. Martin is one of, in terms of the Caribbean islands, St. Martin is one of the most unique islands to me. I love St. Martin, by the way. In that I struggle to understand how a small island like that can contain so many different cultures from different countries around the world in a little small island like that. I mean, we all know New York is one of the most diverse places in the entire world. But for a small country like St. Martin to contain so many different cultures, that's just an amazing thing. I always think about that, and I find it amazing.
Thank you.
What do you think about that?
I find it's the type of culture I was brought up in. And we are basically a melting pot.
Mm.
St. Martin has about 150 nationalities living in it. We know nothing about racism.
Okay.
We have all type of cultures, all type of races,
right,
and we embrace it.
So okay, let me ask you this: how is that growing up in St. Martin, right, with all that mix of cultures and all that mix of cultures and how is that? Because you would go to school, say for instance you're in school, and I'm pretty sure you had friends that had Jamaican backgrounds, Guyanese backgrounds, Trinidad backgrounds. How you find that in a small island like that? How is that? Is it like obviously you grow up to get accustomed to it.
Growing in it, it's just normal.
It's normal, exactly.
It's normal. So when you go to other countries such as neighboring islands, for example, Anguilla, which is just next door,
right,
you'll see it's predominantly Anguillians. You go to Dominica, it's predominantly Dominicans, Guadeloupe is a French island, just like how St. Martin has a French part.
Right.
You'll find most of them are Guadeloupe.
So you see the difference.
It is different, yeah. So when you grow up and you travel, you're like, hey, but all these people are the same. But my little island is so diverse with everyone. It made it so beautiful because then you can embrace their culture.
Right.
And they also embrace what you grow up into, what you call your culture as well.
Right. So I'm pretty sure you were associated or friends with or had relations with different people from different places around the world.
Yes. And it's normal. It's very normal. We don't say
normal for places like St. Martin.
Normal for St. Martin.
Maybe New York, obviously,
yes,
it's so diverse in culture. But in terms of other places where you just strictly find mostly your own people for the most part. It's a rarity, So that's one of the things I really like about St. Martin, diversity. So